Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make a much healthier version of a broccoli gratin and a chicken parmesan, which is a healthy dinner but doesn't have all of the things that someone would want to have or would need if they're trying to improve their health and help their immune system fight off the pesky cold. And it's cold and flu season coming up, so this is what we're going to do. I already have my kale ground up in the food processor. This is actually going to be added to my cheese sauce for the gratin, and rather than using a heavy cream, I use milk, and instead of just a regular cheese, to make it more creamy, I use Neufchâtel, which is a much lower fat cream cheese and also has lots of goodness. Third less fat. Really good for you and super tasty. Over here, I already have begun the beginnings of my broccoli gratin. Rather than using potato, I use a brown rice that I spiced up with some pepper, salt, and a few Italian spices and a little bit of onion powder. I steam the broccoli, I add it on top of my rice, and then I bring it over here and get it ready to put in the oven.
Good, huh? Isn't it?
Looks really good. So, the next thing that I have to use is actually a sharp cheddar. It's a white cheese so that it doesn't have the food coloring that's added to regular cheddar cheese. It's very low in fat. It's also very high in protein. So this is going to really be good for your body. We're going to
Can we see it up close?
Oh, up close, right here. Yes. So we're going to just chop this into cubes. And you want to do about a 1/4 inch cube for your cheese so that it melts up nice and smoothly. And I like to just stack them, cut them in half, and then cut them in half again. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Okay, so I'm already boiling my milk and my butter, which I've got in a little pot here. We want to turn the heat down, and then we want to add our Vermont cheddar cheese cubes.
Doesn't it cool down a little bit?
It does cool down a little bit. And then we're going to take our Neufchâtel, our low-fat cheese, and this is what's going to help make our sauce nice and creamy.
They're low fat.
Now, in a gratin sauce, you always want to have garlic as well.
This fire's flared up again, huge.
Mother, I'm recording my video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My mom doesn't know that I'm doing a school assignment right now. Maggie, you're recording my stomach. Is my face even in the video?
Sorry.
Okay, pay attention. Okay, so I've just added about a 1/4 of the cheese, the equivalent of 2 ounces. And the wonderful thing about products like these is they make it really easy for anyone to cook because they measure everything for you, pre-measured. So we did 2 ounces. Do you have my face in the video? Okay, because, you know, my stomach's not the most attractive part of me.
I know.
Okay, so we have our cheese sauce that's going here. And one of the things that I like to do is, don't be getting artsy-fartsy with the video, just record it.
I'm not.
I have my 6-year-old daughter recording this video, so if it's at a funny angle, it's because she's a little tiny girl.
Mom.
Back up.
Okay.
Okay, so I have my cheese sauce going. Now, always in a gratin sauce, they've seen it 4 times. Always in a gratin sauce, you want to use garlic. The only problem is this dinner is being prepared for my family, and one of those family members is my 94-year-old grandfather, and it's really hard to get him to try anything new and definitely anything that's healthy. So I use a ground garlic. Whenever you move, the video moves. I use a ground garlic, and that's mixed in with some parsley, and it's already pre-made, and I like to get the 100% organic because that tells me that there's no chemicals or additives in this product. So this is a fabulous product. It's granulated garlic and with parsley. So I just put that in my sauce. And you don't really need to do much to your cheese sauce. I like to use a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. It's just got a really nice flavor and a really nice texture. And you really don't need to use that much. Maybe 4 or 5 grinds on your grinder. Grab a spoon, stir it up, get a nice texture in there, and then we're going to do something really fun. We're going to add the ground, fresh, organic dinosaur kale to our cheese sauce. It's going to make a beautiful sauce. Stop moving. You got to get me in the video. We're going to make a beautiful sauce. Do you have me and the pot?
Oh, it's too dark now. Wait.
Now I'm stirring the sauce pretty quickly. Got a little salt in there. Going to go ahead and add a little bit of pepper. Pepper's got wonderful healing properties. It's a really good thing to add to all of your food. Almost every food that you cook should really have pepper in it. It's a wonderful product. It helps clear the sinuses. It is good for the immune system. And it just has a nice reset value. If you're not feeling great, it actually can help with digestion as well. So,
How great.
we're almost ready to add our greens. Just
Yummy.
about. Got a nice cheese sauce going. Now this is also, this could make a really nice Alfredo sauce as well. It just depends on what spices you add to it, what types of cheese you use, and what consistency you get. The thickness is has something to do with it as well. So this is good. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit. And now I am going over to my food processor where I've already ground my kale. I'm going to make sure all the membranes are out. Your membranes look like this. It's the part that's in the center of the leaf. You don't want any membranes in there. And if you do this in the food processor, it's really easy. It actually doesn't chop them up. And you can just pick them out. And there's usually not that many big ones to get rid of. So here we are. We have ground kale. And we are going to slowly toss that in with our cheese sauce. It's got that nice bright green color. We're going to stir that up. Stirs up nicely. It's almost like a different version of creamed spinach, but we're not using the unhealthy ingredients. We're using things that are just full of
8
yummy
minutes
goodness.
and 26 seconds.
Okay. Okay. We've got our oven preheated to 375. We're going to pour in a second. Actually, I forgot some broccoli. Got a few more steamed broccoli florets that I'm going to put on top of that. Our sauce is boiling a little bit, so we know that it's nice and cooked, and the kale is going to cook down just like spinach does. So I can hide all these foods rich in antioxidants and cancer-killing agents in my 94-year-old grandpa's food, and he's never going to know it. Got some slivered almonds to put on top of the gratin once I put it in the oven. Here's our gorgeous, gorgeous sauce. Beautiful. And we are just going to pour that over our broccoli. Voila.
Doesn't that look delicious?
Looks gorgeous. Now, one thing that you do want to do is you want to put a few pads of butter down at the bottom of your baking dish so that it doesn't stick. I've already done that. I did that before we began our tutorial today. This is just rich with antioxidants, the brown rice. It's just a very, very healthy version of what's considered a comfort food. You think it's really fattening and really unhealthy, but my version is really good for you. I don't use breadcrumbs. I actually use slivered almonds. These will toast on top. And you don't need breadcrumbs. This gives you that same texture and crunch that you would be looking for from breadcrumbs. That's why people top dishes like these with breadcrumbs, but the almonds are so much better for you. This is a very high protein, high vitamin rich dish. And we are going to pop this in the oven for about 20 minutes. Bon appetit. I said bon appetit.